Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. And last time we went to Shadow Man and Magnet Man. Let's go someplace a little bit more challenging. Or maybe not. Alright, so Hardman stage. You have these bees, and actually you just want to use the Mega Buster and just kind of do like a sweeping spread attack there like that with your Mega Buster. And just take them all out. It looks very lovely. This one gets a little bit more challenging. If you take a hit from the bees, don't panic. Don't try to stay where you are because they'll just keep circling around you. Just get some distance from them and blast them. And there's health here. These traps on the floor, don't stay on them. This guy, Hammer Joe, actually goes down with a couple magnets. And you do have some required rush coil use here. There's no reason why you should be out of that by this point. And now we're going to be monkeying around. Wonderful. These monkeys are one reason I'd want to go to Top Man first before going to Hard Man. But our Shadow Blades can be handy here as well. The top spin is actually really good against the monkeys, and the best thing you could do to the monkeys, in my opinion. And this is the only stage in the entire game you actually see these monkeys. MM3 has like a lot of enemies like that. It's kind of weird. But yeah, top spin will instantly take out the monkeys. Those guys are also pretty simple. Just shoot them in the head. Easy E. And see, we can dodge those Mets. Now here, this is where things are going to get really tricky. Don't stay on the same platform because you will get chomped. Again, if you take a hit or two, just move on. Just keep moving. And, like we said, we've got Breakman here. Appears in every stage. And this time, the jagged floor actually makes this kind of tricky, but what you want to do is just jump over him from the high point, and then just kind of follow along behind him and get in as many shots as you can. Go down here, we get one of these hopper enemies. I'll just take him out easily. Hard Man is weak to Magnet Missile. Magnet Missile is another choice you could use on the monkeys. I think it takes like 2 or 3 shots, and Magnet Missile, as you can see, uses like 2 energy for every use, so it's not the most efficient weapon. Now you can actually dodge Hard Man's Hard Knuckles like that. Small hop over the first one, and then just go in between them on their way back. Well, that was hardly a challenge. And with that, we get the Hard Knuckle. Perhaps my favorite weapon of the game, because now we get to punch stuff in the face. Best way to solve your problems. Alright, and now we'll go to Gemini Man. We're getting all the cool weapons first. Mega Man 3, it's usually kind of hard to do that because, well, you're taking on some of the more difficult stages in Robot Masters, mainly Robot Masters. And typically you need like you would want Top Man's weapon before going to Shadow Man. Or you'd want Needle Man's weapon before going to... Wait, Needle beats Snake. Never mind. You'd want Spark Man's weapon before going to Magnet Man. Well, you'd want Rush Jet from Needle Man before going to Magnet Man. Things like that. So generally the game is kind of geared towards taking on the more difficult stages and getting the better weapons later. But it is still Mega Man. You can still go to the stages in any order you want, as we have done so. It's just we have incurred a little bit more difficulty by doing so. These penguins. Difficult penguins. Well, it's time for Breakman again. Alright, let's get this fight over with. And he doesn't want to fight us anymore. Must got tired of losing to us. Alright, 1-up. I don't really need that. And now we have these bubbles here. They do very minimal damage to you. Fill up our Shadow Blade, and now that we're all full up, we can't use Shadow Blade on the bubbles. Okay. We'll just kind of blast our way through here. I'm not going to kill all of the bubbles on this screen. It just takes a lot of time, and there's nothing they could really give me at this point besides 1-ups. Let's see if they give me 1-ups. No 1-ups. Alright, but on this screen we will take out all the bubbles. Hey, there's 1-up. Very nice. And you do have to be careful not to spam your buster too much up here, because what can happen is you fire at the first one, pop it, and then if you rapid fire your buster enough, you might be shooting like the second and third one, while the first one actually comes in and gets a hit on you. Yeah, another 1-up. Bubbles are usually good for farming 1-ups and any health or weapon energy you might need. And also you can, while you might need Rush Coil, you can get through there without using Rush Coil, as I demonstrated. And now those annoying dragonflies, let's punch them in the face if I can get to my punching. Ha! Take that! I'm gonna punch that dragonfly in the face. Dragonfly, mosquito, they're annoying. And mosquitoes are annoying. And there's giant penguins. And how do we solve that problem? By punching it in the face. Now there's another one. 3 punches, and you can kill giant penguins. Look at all of that penguin spam there. Yeah, come on. I'm gonna punch you. Ha! 1-up. I like that weapon. It's surprisingly useful against a lot of things, although you do have to be careful because it is a very slow-moving weapon, so you almost want to use it like when you're up close to targets, or when you don't have a ton going on and you can, fire it from a distance. And there's some goodies down here if you have Rush Marine. Even if you don't have Rush Marine, you could use Rush Coil potentially to get back up there. More annoying mosquitoes. Those are the most annoying enemy in the game, in my opinion. Yeah, I need more punching stuff in the face. I'm gonna punch that thing in the face. Or I'm not, because the fire button didn't want to fire. Yeah, this is a really dangerous section because you have things attacking you from above and below, and you have hopper enemies, and you have a bunch of one-tile platforms, though the knockback isn't as bad in this game as it was in, say, Mega Man 1 or 2. Here we're going to abuse our ability to shoot through walls. Best way to handle that. And now we are going to Shadow Blade. Now, my original playthrough of this, I ended up causing a glitch that I had never seen before. I am most likely not going to be able to replicate that, but basically what happened is, Shadow Blade's kind of a minor weakness here, and I'm kind of getting killed. Basically what happened was I did enough damage to get to this phase of the battle, where you only have 1 Gemini Man, instead of 2. But he kept doing his pattern where he was running around the room and jumping, even though there was only 1 of them, and I had died. I had died like when the clone disappeared. I actually recommend the Buster because the Buster just fires more consistently here. See, sometimes I press the fire button, and that's an odd quirk about Mega Man 3, and sometimes it doesn't fire because there's like too much animation and sprites going on the screen. It happened a couple times on the stage with Fire Knuckle as well. Now when you fire, that's when Gemini Man will jump over you when he's in this phase. But he's very beatable with just the Mega Buster. You can use an E-Tank there. There was one that we picked up, another easy E in the stage, if you feel the need to use that. That's how I used to beat him as a kid. I would use the Mega Buster, and I would just I'd just stand in the corner and just keep firing the Mega Buster during the first phase and tank a whole bunch of damage, and then use an E-Tank on the second phase. Clearly I have evolved since then, but that is an option. Alright, with that, I will see you guys next time.